The Potomac River is one of the most quiet and beautiful parts of Washington, D.C., but just 14 miles west of the White House, you can find Class 5 rapids. They are so dangerous that only expert kayakers can run them. David Martin followed one paddler. She's 23-year-old Shannon Christy in this story for 60 Minutes Sports on Showtime.
For her first run down the falls, Shannon is rolling with two of the biggest boys in the sport. Steve Fisher is her cameraman, and Jason Beeks is her guide, talking her through the route to take down the falls.
Feel out, and there's two little ledges right there in the middle, plop, plop.
And warning her to stay away from the deadly chute called Subway.
You want to avoid that at all costs to drop into a sieve. Ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Here she goes for her first run.
Well, I entered the rapid and I thought I was actually going to be a little bit low where I wanted to enter, but the water's pretty much taking you right where you want to go. So then I thought I was a little bit too far right, but was able to get my bow around and pull out a big left stroke. Oh, that was great. Cannot wait to do it again.
There's nothing like that first time. But the race is just days away, and she knows she could do it better.
Now we're just gonna charge. Definitely.
Her enthusiasm is infectious, but that doesn't change the fact that these are Class 5 rapids, an international rating which means extremely difficult and violent with life-threatening hazards.
The risk becomes much higher when you start to run Class 5 on the falls.
What distinguishes Class 4 from Class 5?
A lot of it has to do with the consequences of making an error.
Because the cockpit has a spray skirt that keeps water out, it's possible for a kayaker to right himself and keep on paddling. It's called the Eskimo roll. It's not an easy move, but making it when you have to is the essence of kayaking. In Class 5 rapids, how many chances are you going to get to make that roll?
Maybe 2. And then you're probably going to be swimming after that.
Can you swim in a Class 5 rapid?
You have a very short time. Very short time.
Short time before what?
Well, before you have to get out, you know, or before you and your boat are going to get swept into a place you didn't intend to go. You're going to lose control and get swept into something bad.
Hopefully you don't swim in Class 5, but we have all been in situations where you have had to pull your spray skirt and be ejected from the kayak and swim. So it's not something that's ideal or that you want to do, but it does happen. The best of the best swim.
2 days before the race, as our cameramen Don Lee and Chris Albert were setting up to record more practice runs, they spotted an empty kayak at the bottom of the falls. The kayak was Shannon's.
It was too late to save her, and it took heroic efforts just to recover her body, which was pinned under tons of falling water. The race was canceled, and instead the kayakers gathered to mourn a fallen paddler.
No, it's just a really gripping story and really scary. Do we know what happened on Shannon's run?
Nobody saw the actual accident, but we know that she came out of her kayak for some reason. So she was in that condition where she was trying to swim in Class 5 rapids, and without the power of the paddle to propel you, you're at the mercy of the current, and she got swept over this one place where kayakers know never to go. And in fact, the last person who had been swept over that...
was that the place that they were warning about in the film?
The Subway, yes.
Wow.
And
called the Subway?
The Subway, and there are just rocks at the bottom. She was killed almost instantly.
You look good for an Emmy winner this morning, David.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And you
can, big win last
you can
night.
see David's full report tonight on 60 Minutes Sports on Showtime.